We are in Cleveland, Ohio, in our trailer outside the venue, and this is kind of our home for VIPs since most venues have problems with us doing it. So, hence all the signatures around the room. Is this our trailer? We bought a new trailer before this tour because we wanted kids to be able to feel like they can at least sit on our carpet while we do VIP shows, and we have them all set on the walls. We've missed a few cities because we were doing it outside, but there's, everyone first started signing just their names, and then people just started embellishing on what their names were and just writing like things, and some things are inspiring me and very nice things, and then there's the most random things like USA beat Canada because I'm Canadian and people want to laugh at that about the Olympics, or Remington has no ass, Lizzie. Like, it's the most random things, but it's our sense of home and makes us happy that people actually care this much to come see us play a few acoustic songs, but then also put the time into being a part of our traveling circus. Palaye Royale gives an authentic experience to everyone in this generation now. I think it's because we're doing something as it's a physical item. Everything's so digital in a format of you can get lost in just worrying about social media. But we have our own newspaper called the Royal Times, so it's a physical thing that you are reading and you actually have to pick up, and you just don't swipe like. It's something that you actually have to feel and be a part of, and I think people need to be a part of something in this generation. And it's sad to see because I feel everyone's so connected in the world, but everyone's also so distance away because they can't have a real conversation with human beings, and the human connection's been completely lost. Social Royal Council, we always look at it as you're part of our family of Palaye Royale, and you feel this place. It's nice to see. Some girl actually posted last night on Twitter. She was at one of our shows, and she was like, I met these two fans at the show, and we both all have the same liking for you as a band, and now they're all creating art together, and they were writing songs last night, and they're saying because of Palaye Royale bringing people together is like, it's weird to see all these friends and relationships get formed, but it's also really nice to see that our music is bringing some people together. And the problem with rock and roll is everyone's a little too scared to be friends with other rock bands. You look at the hip hop world and everyone's, oh, I'm on this song with this person, I'm on this song with this person, and actually growing their genre. And they're just laughing at rock and roll as the weakest, chapter in the music history right now, that no one is really helping out each other. Everyone's looking for themselves, and we're on tour and we're not even friends with the headliners, and it's weird to be in that situation that you are so close musically, but you don't even care to acknowledge, let's work together, let's push the boundaries and get rock and roll back on the charts, because there's only like one or two bands doing it right now. The world that we live in is so digital to begin with, and it's very easy to learn whatever you want to learn. And in a generation that we grew up enjoying, as for me, Remington Emerson, we enjoyed the Stones, the early 70s of Pink Floyd and Sid Barrett, the Doors, and that was their only reference point, was being great at what they were doing and capturing it on an analog format. And I think now digital is, on an audio sense, has just made people very lazy, that you're not tracking for perfection of that take. You're able to splice and copy what was the best of it, which can benefit, but I think the problem is that everyone's become more lazy in the digital world, and music has lacked and art has lacked, and no one's really changing the wheel of what music has done these days. So I think it's important to use both sides of the tools. Like digital, you can be really smart and really quick and proactive about things, but keeping that realness that gets lost in digital music, and analog just makes it more true and pure to what you're honestly feeling, and that you have one take and that's your emotions on that. So I think people just need to get back into realizing that music is an emotion, and you have to capture that emotion, and it might not be perfect. You might sound like the Libertines, you might sound like Sid Barrett, sloppy, but it's real. Remington has this approach that he's not a guitar player, but he knows how to write melody. But in my sense with Emerson is we've jammed for 2 or 3 hours and then take the best 3 or 4 minutes and create a song out of it. And I think that approach of just being in a room with one another and creating something we've always liked that. If you can capture something that's me and him looking at each other, he's on drums, I'm on guitar, and it sounds good in that aspect, it's easy to build on. My approach has always been piano, originally bass, and I only picked up guitar about 5 years ago on electric, and I was scared as hell of an electric, and the pedals freaked me out, but now I'm just a gearhead and love everything about it. And you can create these sonics that technically is incredibly digital, and it's so cool because you're adding something you sonically can't add by just playing an acoustic guitar, and it's just creating this color and characteristic to what you are as a human being and a musician. So just really big hollow body guitars with some spring reverb, and it's that surf rock kind of inspiration, but we have some hints at surf rock, some psychedelics, some blues, but it's never been pigeonholed as one universal sound because rock and roll is so diverse and you can grab from anything and be inspired. I've never focused on the playing aspect as most people do, and I've never been a bedroom guitar player. I've never sat there and just practiced other people's music. I enjoy what I like to listen to, and I like creating more, and I think that's been the biggest thing. The creation is like, it sounds cool, I want to make that happen. I don't like study slash and say I want to do that, you know. I can't do it, and I wish I could, but I would rather grow as my own individual musician versus just ripping someone else. Staying true to yourself and staying honest in that sense is just being, musically we sound the way we dress the way we sound, and it's not contrived whatsoever. And it's, yeah, people can see it's like, oh, it's costumes, but we just get excited about clothing, we get excited about instruments, we get excited about tones and sounds and whatever we are doing on a film aspect, because it captures that thought and that moment. Music is only just, for us, it's a timestamp of what we are in this world.